talking about the WWE's culture, saying it's toxic, abusive, widespread, pervasive.
A disturbing new lawsuit is alleging that WWE founder Vince McMahon sexually abused and trafficked a former employee. The woman, who signed a non-disclosure agreement with McMahon back in 2022, accuses the WWE boss of exploiting her to other workers within the company.
Because he's a very unusual guy.
Let me just say that I've made mistakes, obviously, both personally and professionally through my 50-year career. I've owned up to every single one of them and then moved on.
As he faces a mountain of legal woes, former WWE leader Vince McMahon is traveling, eating out, and keeping in touch with friends and associates, including former President Donald Trump.
That would be me.
McMahon resigned as executive chairman of World Wrestling Entertainment's parent company at the beginning of 2024 after a former employee, Janel Grant, accused him in a bombshell lawsuit of sexual abuse and trafficking.
You may have heard about the shocking sex abuse lawsuit being leveled at WWE boss Vince McMahon by a former employee. The scandal couldn't come at a worse time as the WWE signed a massive $5 billion deal with Netflix. So much is on the line. Everyone at the WWE has reportedly been told to not say a word.
Multiple WWE insiders said he hasn't had any contact with company leaders and figureheads since he resigned. And Mark Shapiro, the operating chief of WWE's parent company, Tico Group Holdings, said back in March that McMahon doesn't work for the company, doesn't come into the office, and that he's not coming back to the company.
I've said before, I don't think he can survive this, and been wrong. But this one, I don't think he can survive this because it's too much on the heels of everything else that's come out.
It has also been reported that McMahon hasn't talked to his son-in-law, WWE creative chief and former superstar Paul Triple H Levesque, or his daughter Stephanie McMahon regarding any company matters whatsoever. It should also be noted that while Stephanie introduced WWE's WrestleMania events earlier in April, it has been reported that she currently has no involvement with the company.
We know who our family is, we know who our father is, we know who our mother is, and we're incredibly proud of our family, and it doesn't matter what anybody writes.
Vince McMahon, however, is still nonetheless indelibly linked with the wrestling outfit, which he brought from his father 42 years ago.
It's really ugly.
Yeah.
I feel some very similar, just like that dead inside feeling the way I had in 2007 after the Benoit murders. And man, I hope it doesn't take away from people's amazing memories of all the things that Mr. McMahon created or helped create, including, my character and the programs that I was in. He was such a big part of it.
Still, according to multiple sources, it seems that Vince McMahon has moved on, and it's been reported that on an afternoon in late March, McMahon returned on a private plane to the United States from the sunny Turks and Caicos Islands with 7 kittens and a puppy, all of which he brought back to be adopted by his friends. And he has also been reported to have taken a trip to Italy.
And he needs to be gone and done, and I hope there's criminal charges brought if any of this is even remotely true, which, with there being so many NDAs and a long list of things, it's like I can't fathom how it isn't.
The details of McMahon's life after his WWE reign present a stark contrast to Grant's accusations, which paints a graphic portrait of a violent and controlling man.
Well, what happened to her was particularly egregious when it comes to the sexual slavery she endured, the devastating consequences.
In the federal lawsuit filed on January 25th, Grant's attorney said that she was the victim of physical and emotional abuse, as well as sexual assault and trafficking at the WWE, while also naming McMahon and former WWE executive John Laurinaitis.
We're going against the WWE, a multi-billion-dollar corporation who turned a blind eye to what was happening there, to Janel. Also, Vince McMahon, a multi-billionaire, and John Laurinaitis, who's a powerful person in his own right.
Vince may have been influenced by John Laurinaitis, now, and this is me and this is my opinion, but I believe he is as guilty as hell.
Federal investigators seized the phone from McMahon and have been trying to determine whether federal law was broken in the conduct surrounding Grant's allegations. The WWE had also disclosed last summer that investigators served McMahon with a federal grand jury subpoena and executed a search warrant in July, and that McMahon is cooperating with authorities.
Got a hold of Vince McMahon's cell phone. They subpoenaed a number of documents, anything related to sex trafficking, anything related to rape, assault, discrimination, harassment.
It has also been reported that McMahon believes that officials won't bring any charges against him and that Grant's civil case will be settled out of court. However, a spokesperson for Grant's attorneys has said that there has been absolutely no settlement talks with McMahon.
We have been meeting with the foremost experts in sexual assault, in coercive control, in rape myths, and we are hiring the absolute best to explain the actions of a victim when they are under this coercive control. And they have testified in other trials of a similar nature very, very successfully.
While his legal battles persist, it has also been stated that McMahon is often ferried by a private driver from his posh Connecticut home to Manhattan, where he eats with friends at restaurants such as the old-school Italian spot El Tonello East on 46th Street, while also seeing his longtime barber for bi-weekly haircuts, and working out with his personal trainer multiple times a week.
He is, he's the hardest working and most dedicated person I've ever been around. Like, he really is. He sticks to his diet. He works all day. He makes sure he gets his workout in. Everything is like a line for him. Everything has to go a certain way for Vince. He has to have everything lined up just perfectly,
It has also been reported that McMahon and former President Donald Trump have also been in regular contact, although it isn't clear what they have been discussing.
Vince is an amazing man. He really is. I mean, we kid and we have fun, but everybody knows he's an amazing guy.
Trump and the McMahon family go way back, as the former president hosted 2 WrestleMania events in Atlantic City in the late 1980s, while also engaging in a wrestling feud with McMahon in 2007. And he is also a member of the WWE Hall of Fame. Linda McMahon, Vince's wife, also served as the Small Business Administration's head in Trump's cabinet, while also leading a pro-Trump Super PAC, and is also now on the board of the publicly traded Trump Media and Technology Group.
Linda McMahon has done an incredible job as the head of the Small Business Administration. She has been a superstar. The fact is that I've known her for a long time. I knew she was good, but I didn't know she was that good. She has been one of our all-time favorites. It was just so smooth. She's helped so many people in the world of small business.
In 2022, the Wall Street Journal reported that McMahon paid $5 million in previously unrecorded expenses to the since dissolved Donald J. Trump Foundation during 2 of the years Trump appeared on WWE programming. Since his resignation, it has also been reported that Vince McMahon has been in close contact with John Cena as well as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, 2 of the WWE's biggest success stories.
I'm excited, and I'm always looking to grow. I like to say that I'm a builder of things and I enjoy building. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but with something like this, everything that I do and everything that I do touch, there is usually, not usually, there 100% is a deeper meaning to it. So joining this board, I have been asked to join other boards in the past.
Yep.
Joining this board was unique and different and special in that, again, I'm sitting at a board that my grandfather and my dad helped build.
And while Dwayne Johnson has publicly thanked TKO as well as WWE executives regarding his addition to the TKO board earlier this year, John Cena has also shared his thoughts regarding the Vince McMahon allegations, noting that he loves McMahon and that he has a great relationship with him.
But just telling somebody that, like, hey, I love you, man, this is going to be a hill to climb. We're going to see what happens. And that's that. I think it sounds so cliche, but it has to be one day at a time. But at the same token, I've openly said I love the guy. I got a great relationship with the guy. So that's that.
This isn't the first time that the WWE has had to contend with controversy stemming from Vince McMahon, as he was acquitted of federal criminal charges in the early 1990s related to the steroid scandal that engulfed the wrestling world at the time.
The World Wrestling Federation will be the standard bearer for drug-free sports and entertainment.
Today, Vince McMahon, head of the World Wrestling Federation, held a press conference announcing that the Federation will be enacting a drug testing policy that will include testing for steroids.
I don't foresee it as a great problem now in the WWF, but nonetheless, we're going to find out very, very shortly with the new drug testing policies and procedures instituted.
In 2022, McMahon also briefly stepped down from the WWE when the Wall Street Journal reported that he paid millions of dollars to multiple women to cover up his alleged extramarital affairs. However, a sign suggesting that McMahon's distance from the WWE is more than temporary is that he has sold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of shares in TKO since November, with a sizable chunk of sales coming after he resigned in January, which is different from when he briefly stepped down in 2022.
Even as of yesterday, we still get people that want to speak, that were witnesses. We are arranging a file on that.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see how this thing progresses in the next coming months. But in any case, let me know what you guys think in the comments regarding, do you think Vince McMahon will go to trial? And if he does go to trial, do you think he'll be found guilty, or do you think he'll be found innocent? Or do you think that this whole thing will be settled out of court? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.